Welcome back. We're here for another episode of your favorite podcast, Mindset Talks Podcast. Woo woo! My lovely
Ew.
co-host Cassie is back. If you can't tell, I'm so excited.
Oh god, sometimes we just irritate me because why did we just do that at the same time?
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of knew you were gonna do it, so I just wanted to do it with you.
God, get out of my head, would you please? It'd be
I can't,
appreciated.
I can't help myself. But welcome
Clearly.
back. I know I'm over
Nice
here saying
to
welcome
see
back like you've been gone for ages, but it felt like it. So.
you. Well, I'm sorry. It was a super long time away, but
Mm.
it was definitely needed.
Yes, so tell us, how was vacay?
Overall it was good just in regards to like being away from reality and being in a beautiful country and being
Mm.
by water and stuff like that was nice. But overall the resort wasn't the greatest, probably not one that we would go back to.
Oh.
Just because the food wasn't the best. Well, breakfast and lunch, like the buffet style stuff,
Mhm.
was trash.
Oh,
But that was loud.
sorry. My bad.
Think my volume's up a little too high. But the dinners were absolutely like superb. Um,
Oh, and those were individual plates.
yes. It's
Mm.
like more of like a sit down, like they serve you kind of like a thing.
Okay, very formal.
Yeah. So the dinners were on point, but like we were starving throughout the day and it was like all inclusive. So the last thing that you need when you're drinking all day is to not have like good food. So
Oh my gosh.
it was a little bit of a struggle to find like even like a staple to you know to like enjoy while you were there.
Right.
We obviously like ate, but it wasn't the greatest. And we joke because it was like one of like the first nights that we were there. We saw someone grab like a plate full of French fries, and we're like, "Damn, like he must really like French fries." But then by the time we left, it was like, "No, it's because it's probably like the only thing that was like semi decent."
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
And even coming from me, Miss Potato Queen over here, the fries
Right.
they weren't bad, but they weren't the greatest.
Oh,
So
that's disappointing. If French fries are like, come on, you can't mess up French fries. Like,
no, it's very hard.
ugh, that's annoying though.
Yeah.
So
So, I
annoying.
mean, the food thing, kind of sucked and it wasn't the most lively resort. I feel like we found like the lively places the last like couple of nights that we were there, which was super unfortunate.
I feel like that always happens on vacations. Like
Yeah.
vacations that don't have stuff that's popping at the beginning. When it's like the end of the vacation, it's like now we find everything.
But we make our own fun and stuff. So overall, it was a good time, but we wouldn't go back to that resort.
Gotcha.
Like my last time in Mexico. Adios.
You say your last time in Mexico?
Maybe.
Oh gosh. Wow. Well, adios, gente. Well, how was the weather though?
The weather was beautiful. Well, the first 2 nights that we were there, we were in the middle of a hurricane. So,
Oh.
yeah, so it kinda rained, like, nonstop the whole time we were there.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
Hurricane Lisa, I think it was.
That damn Lisa.
Um, so that was unfortunate, but, we still had fun, and it worked in my favor because, as y'all know, I am very fair-skinned, and so I get burnt very quickly. So not having those 2 extra days of sunshine, I think, actually worked in my favor, so I'm not complaining.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're not burnt. Keep your skin safe because we definitely talked about that on one of these episodes.
Yes,
Just
that is
saying.
true. I mean, I am in one area, but, overall, I didn't do that bad.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. It's actually funny. The weather while you were gone on the later half of your trip was oddly warm up here.
Girl, the first 2 days we were there in this fucking hurricane, we're like, "We should have stayed in New York because the weather seemed so much better up here," and I was like, "What
It
the hell?"
really was like it was beautiful. It was in this. It was like 70.
Yeah, that's insane.
Oh my gosh. And then I seen there's a meme on Facebook that was or not a meme, like a post someone put up that was like summer and winter are fighting for custody.
Oh god.
Cause it's like this weather has been so up and down. Like it's been in the 50s and then all of a sudden it hit the 70s. I was out there soaking it up, getting my walks in and everything because
Girl,
it's
my
freaking
mom's
November.
still going to the beach. I was like, She was like, "Oh, I'm getting my bathing suit." This was, like, just the other day. She's like, "Oh, I'm getting my bathing suit on." I was like, "Mom, we're in November, and it's, like, not that nice outside." She's like, "Oh, but the water's still warm." I was like,
It's
"You're crazy."
crazy. I mean, she doing a little too much. We ain't going in the water now, but we're gonna be outside without a jacket.
Right.
But no, it's been so nice. But and it's crazy because you think about when we're in school and they're talking about global warming and
Mhm.
just all this crazy stuff that's to come, and now we're pretty much living in it. Because what
Yeah, the shit is
70
real.
in November?
No, that never would've been a thing. Shit is
I
real.
right. I remember when it's like snowed around my birthday before, like years ago.
Mhm.
November 70? Okay. Could you imagine a nice warm Thanksgiving? That would make me so happy.
Right. Normally it is, it's cold as hell.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, a cool one is nice because you still get your nice, Thanksgiving fall attire with your sweaters and cute little fits like that. So I wouldn't be too mad about it, but I'd be happier with 70. Just saying.
Yeah, same. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I know. I can't wait. Can't wait. Oh, well, I'm glad you had a nice time on your trip. It's very, very lovely to have you back. It would have been nicer if I could have came too, because I love the beach. But
Well, next time you'll get an invite, so
thanks. Apparently, I could have went to the beach with your mom, but
you sure could've. She'll be there.
but yeah, no. Ah, good times, good times.
Yes. So, I know while I've been away I think it was a little before I went away, but we never got into the nitty-gritty of your salt therapy? What is it?
Salt therapy, yeah.
Salt therapy experience, so I
I
need to
think
hear all
the
about this.
I think the technical terminology is halo therapy, but yeah.
Oh,
Either way, I call it salt therapy because it's nice and simple.
yeah.
But so let me give you the play-by-play. No. So it was actually a very, very relaxing experience, which
Good.
I so look forward to going back again. So I went
Oh, good.
and pretty much like you have to take off your shoes and put on these slippers because of, like I said before, your socks having a dye in them.
Yeah.
So if you don't have on all white socks, you just wear these slippers, which they launder, so it's fine.
Mhm.
Um, so pretty much I did a private room. So it's just a room with two zero gravity chairs in it. She gave me a blanket. I also get this. It was a nice heavy blanket too, because it's chilly in the room. It's like really chilly in there. So, and I already had on long sleeves anyways, just to, because like I said, I read the whole website about this freaking place. So I just want to make sure I knew everything about it. And then also too, because I'm breastfeeding. So I wanted to make sure that it was another like safe thing in that aspect. So I go in the room and she gives me a blanket, and it was pretty cool because she's like, your appointment's for 45 minutes, but there's no one else here, so you could do
Yeah.
an hour. And I'm like, oh yes,
Oh.
let me get an hour in,
Yeah.
first experience, get a little extra 15 minutes. And I dead ass just all you do is just sit in the room. It's like there's
Can't.
it's like what is it, like the Himalayan salt?
Mm.
I think it's Himalayan salt. There's salt all over the ground.
Pink
Like it's
stuff.
just like pink
The
salt.
the things that are in, like, those salt lamps?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I just know it's salt all over the ground. And there's this machine that's hooked up outside of the room.
Mhm.
So this machine, it pretty much there's like a container of salt that connects to the machine, and the machine crushes it and blows it into the room. So it's just salt blown into the air aside from the salt that's on the ground.
You're inhaling salt?
Yes, you are inhaling salt,
That's safe.
which you can kind of taste it a little bit.
Ew.
Not you can't. It's really subtle. Like you can't really taste it, and you literally, like I said, you literally just sit in there. So obviously, I prop my chair up so my feet are up,
For
and
an
I'm laid
hour?
back. Girl, I was knocked out.
Sorry, I would've lost my mind.
I was knocked out because remember you have to keep your phone in a locker. Like you can't take your phone, you can't take anything with you.
Mhm.
So I really took that as like a whole mommy moment and went the fuck to sleep. Like
Oh, that's
I was
crazy.
out. At first, I was just chilling because I was like, "Well, this is a different experience," and it's like dimly lit. It's like a salt cave vibe, like cave vibes. So
Gotcha.
I'm just chilling in there, just like, "All right, this is different. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with myself."
Right? Yeah.
And I thought about trying to meditate, so I was working on breath work, like inhale, exhale, and I inhale, exhaled myself to sleep. So I don't
Well,
even know
hey.
how I don't even know how long I fell asleep for. I was gone.
Oh.
But I woke up with probably at least like 10 minutes. left or something.
They have, like, a
Be-
countdown clock? Like,
nope.
how do you know?
I I was guessing of the amount of time because then the girl came. She knocked on the door and
Oh,
just cracked it open. To just let me know my time was up, and then she was like, come on out when you're ready. Blah blah blah. But it was just really relaxing, like so relaxing.
well, good.
But I felt like I could breathe so much better after it.
Yeah.
My nasal passage was so clear. So clear. Like I felt good as shit.
Interesting.
But then she showed me the because there's two private rooms and then there's like a large cave room. I think they just call it the cave room.
Mhm.
The cave room can sit, I think, like 8 people or something like that. And that one has like it has like a little like fireplace setting in one corner and they play music and stuff in there. So that one's not as much of like it's a relaxing room, but it's not like very private room. Like other people can come in there, so it's just you just come in and chill. So that one is probably more comfortable for more people because it's not just like pure silence.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't pure silence because you could hear the machine blowing the salt into the room,
Gotcha, but still, it's a
but
different ambiance.
yeah. So, but it was pretty cool. Like, I really enjoyed myself, and I look forward to going back. I would like to make it like a monthly thing if I could, at
Mhm.
least once a month,
Yeah.
something for myself. But oh, it was lovely. I like my nasal passage is narrow and it'd be hard to breathe sometimes. So the fact that I was like, just whoo, yes.
Yeah.
After, mm, sorry,
That's
just thinking about it
awesome.
makes me all excited.
Well, good, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, you had a good experience, the person that got you that knows you very well.
Mm,
Um, so I think that's pretty awesome because it reminds me of this time where I did, I think it's hydrotherapy, one of those
okay.
things where it's like one of the big, like, pods that they just
Yep.
have, like, salt water in that you just go and, like, float for
Oh.
X amount of time or whatever. Um, that
Oh.
shit, I can't do those kinds of things because like, my boyfriend always tells me I don't know how to relax, and I think I get that from my mother, but
I can see that.
I can't sit in, like, a room they had music in that,
Yeah.
you just, like, sat there and you just, like, floated for, like, I don't know, it was, like, 30 minutes, like, an hour or some
Do
shit.
you
I'm
float on something or you use your own body to float?
No, your body just floats because it's salt water, so you
Oh,
just
true. Duh.
lay in there and it just, like,
Holds
holds
you
you
up.
up. But you're, like, in a dark ass room with, like, this pod. The one I went in didn't close, thank God.
Oh, yeah.
And, like,
Little
they just, like,
apnea.
played music and stuff, and I mean, I guess, like, it was, like, cool, but, like, I don't know how to relax, so
I need to do that. Where'd you do that at? Was that in Virginia?
No, that was actually in Portugal.
Oh,
Um,
even better.
yeah. They do have them here, though, like, it's a thing.
Right, right.
Um, but no, I didn't do it in the States, but,
Mm.
I don't know, I probably wouldn't do it again. It's just not my
That's my whole
self-pampering and
vibe.
relaxation ain't my thing.
Yeah, no, that shit, I eat that up. And this is before even becoming someone's mom. Like that was just
Yeah.
my shit. Like, but like you, I have a hard time relaxing. So it's just, like let me, like someone wants to give me a massage, please give me a massage.
Oh
Like
god, I hate it. No, no, thank you.
and I'm the worst because I always joke, oh, I'm 5% narcoleptic. The shit might be real. I joke about it, but it really might be real. But I like sometimes I feel concerned about myself because someone could really like kidnap the fuck out of me because I just be gone. I don't even be trying. I try so hard to stay awake sometimes.
Oh
I just got a massage like a week ago.
god. Okay, Miss Self.
Done for. Oh yeah, no, I need to, girl. I need to. I need to.
Oh god. Yeah, it's not my thing.
This motherhood shit is exhausting.
I'm sure it is. I mean, maybe if I become a mom, I'll have a different opinion, but
Uh,
massages, I don't like people touching me. No, thank you.
yeah, no, and I understand that. I fully understand it. I think I felt the same way at some point, but then I gave that up, and
Fuck
I was like,
it.
my muscles hurt. I need to relax.
Oh gosh. Well, good. I'm glad that you're having a lot of self-therapy things going on. I'm liking this because you definitely need it and deserve it.
Thank you. Yeah, I be trying.
Good.
I be doing.
So,
But
and I'll be looking forward to hearing your hydrotherapy experience because I know you're gonna look that up
oh my
after
gosh, yes, I will. Sorry, I just felt so excited.
this. I can see that.
The little things, the little things give me.
Oh
Oh
shit.
my gosh. But what doesn't excite me,
Oh,
I just have to have a fucking gripe for a second, is this daylight saving shit.
oh,
So And yes, I'm gonna throw a mom moment in there, so I'm sorry if y'all tired of hearing about it, but this is my life right now, and this is what y'all listen to as our lives. But with a child, it's hard as shit. I thought daylight savings was just hard in general,
Mhm.
more so the spring ahead rather than the fall back. The fall back is always easy.
Yeah.
But right now, the fallback is not easy, and I'm just exhausted. And my child is waking up 2 hours earlier than usual. We
Oh
only set the
god.
clock back 1 hour, and I don't understand how this is calculating too. But I just need y'all to pray for me,
You know,
please.
I feel like people don't talk about that enough because, like, whenever you think of daylight savings time, you're not thinking of, like, moms or babies with sleeping patterns.
Right. You don't think about a single parent and the children they're taking care of and how it
Mhm.
affects their lives. And
Yeah.
now that I'm in that group, my goodness, it is the devil, and I don't understand why. I understand it was, like, for farmers and, that agricultural type of lifestyles and
Mhm.
mm-mm, this shit needs to go. We
I
need
know.
to go back to spring ahead, fix
Yeah.
the clock, because also too sorry, now that I'm thinking about it,
Oh god.
how when we set the clock so before we set the clock back, right,
Mhm.
it was getting dark around 8 o'clock, right?
Mhm.
Between 7 and 8.
Okay.
We set the clock back an hour. How is it dark at 5 o'clock?
Because I think regardless, even if you didn't change it, it's still gonna get darker earlier. This just, like, catapults it to be a little earlier. Like, because that progression happens, you know what I mean?
It does, but why is it dark at 5 o'clock?
I don't know. I mean, it is weird because I think every day it changes by, like, only, like, a few minutes or whatever, so I don't know. But I don't think it was at 7. I feel like it was starting to be because, like, when I was in Mexico, it was
Mhm,
the sunset there at 6
which was 5 here.
until whatever day it was that daylight savings time happened. And I say that for those that are listening because when I went to Mexico, there was an hour difference. Mexico was an hour earlier. But then by the time I left, we were on the same time frame as America, or at least New York, I'll say that. New York. And so I got all types of confused.
Oh, no, it was 7 here, sorry, I lied. I said it backwards. When you said 6, I should have said 7. Look at our lives, guys, this is literally
There goes that blank stare.
every interaction between Cassie and I. We have one of these moments.
Oh, shit. You guys are witnessing it live.
We usually are able to avoid these.
The podcast. That's what happens when
Only.
we don't prepare beforehand.
But yes, I'm sorry. So that must have been really jacked up though, because I'm obviously confused and I've been in one time zone, you went to a whole other time zone and had to deal with daylight savings.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, next topic.
So yeah, so daylight savings is for the birds and
The birds.
so daylight savings, the whole switch up needs to stop. We need to keep one time. That's what I mean. Is for the
You just
birds,
said daylight
not
savings
for
time
the
is for the
actual
birds.
birds, not for literal birds. Oh my
I
god.
know you didn't mean actual birds, you meant the other kind of birds. That's what threw me off guard. Because what?
So anywho, do you remember
Oh,
that heat
shit.
wave we had back in July? It was like mid-July. It was hot as shit.
Sure. It's July, it should be hot. But no, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
well, I can't stand you. It was extra hot.
It was
And so that heat burnt out my grass and it burnt
nice.
out my strawberries.
Well, you
Like
should have been watering it.
I just had a child. So I had to pick my priorities at that point.
'Cause that's true, it was a very dry summer. It didn't really rain.
Yeah. Right. So my shit.
Actually, sorry, I keep interjecting because it's one time during the summer, my mom told me that where she lives in Connecticut, they actually had the advisories or whatever to where she could only, like, water her plants during, like, certain times of the day. Like, that's how bad it was.
See?
So
So it was around that time.
mhm.
I'm very certain. Sometime after July 14th, because that's when I gave birth. And yeah, so my grass was crisp,
Mhm.
like singed,
Great.
and my strawberry plants were singed.
Uh-oh.
And which is terrible because they were growing beautifully.
Mhm.
And as of maybe like 2 weeks ago, possibly even 3 weeks ago, my strawberries have been growing back.
It's November.
That 70-degree November helps. But it's like it fascinates me as to like how resilient of a plant that is because if I took pictures and posted what they looked like
Yeah.
when they were burnt out, I didn't think I was going to see any more strawberries until next season. Like
Well, I mean,
next
and
year.
you shouldn't have, technically speaking, if Mother
R-
Nature had their shit together.
Right. But yeah, somehow I mean, but they are known to be like a Brazilian plant in general or whatever. Like they can go
Gotcha.
through a lot.
Mm.
But yeah, I actually have strawberries growing back. I just wanted to share that because I was so happy to see that because I still haven't watered anything. Just saying, I haven't changed my schedule
Oh god.
and I actually have plants going back. So if you people out there are into planting and you want something that doesn't require much work, strawberries are it.
Well, I guess that's true. It doesn't seem
Mhm.
that bad, but
Mm-mm. I mean, they spread. That's the only thing. They're spreaders. But
yeah.
other than that, I mean, they're delicious. They're sweet.
Who doesn't love a good strawberry?
I don't know. I don't really hear about a lot of people who don't like strawberries. Now that I think about it.
Me neither, I don't think.
Yeah, it's like other fruits, but
Yeah.
usually most people like strawberries. All right, random thought. That's fine.
Oh boy.
Hi, Dio mio. But yeah, that that's my randomness for today. I don't really have like a lot happening. I'd rather save it for another episode where I'm a little more formatted.
Oh gosh. Well, one thought did just pop into my head while I was on vacation.
Okay.
Kind of like wrapping it into like our theme of the podcast here. Um,
Okay.
so the first day that we went to go get breakfast in the morning, um, and this was in the it was a big resort. They had like adults only sections and then they had family sections.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
where we had breakfast was the adults only section. And I mentioned that well, maybe you'll see why. But so the first day we went to go breakfast, they had like music playing and stuff, but it was older music. It wasn't, music that you would probably expect to hear over on the family side. Um
Okay.
and of course, like not even I don't even know how long we were there for. They started playing Beatles music.
Oh
And I was
shit.
like, "Oh." I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Of course they'd be playing Beatles music." And he was just like, "What is wrong with you?" Like, he thinks that, like, I'm crazy whenever, like, I bring up these things, and I'm just like, "Why would they be playing Beatles music?" Like, I know we're in, like, the older side, but,
Because
like,
the Beatles are older.
why does it have to be the Beatles for? And I'm like, "Oh." I was like,
It's a
you know,
sign.
"Is this" but then I'm like, he just makes me think, like, I'm a crazy person, and I'm like, I can't think every time I hear the Beatles, it's like my dad trying to say something to me, but then I'm like,
What was the song? Do you know?
"What is though?" I don't remember. I was just hung up on the fact that it was the
It
Beatles.
was the Beatles, right? That would have had me too. I've been like, yep, my dad's talking to me.
I'm like, "Really?"
Aw. I personally find that to be a sign that he was just saying, hey, girl, I'm here with you. You doing all right. I'm proud of you. Keep it on going.
It could have been. So, I don't know. That was interesting. And I'm just like, there's just he just always wrapped into my life somehow, and I'm just kind
Yep.
of like, I don't get it.
I love stuff like that because sometimes it makes me like wonder, like you said, like, am I just making this stuff up or is it a
Yeah.
real thing? But at the same time, like, who has to say you have to believe it's like not something? It's just a coincidence. Like,
That's true.
I think that's just like a power of healing that we're able to connect these things with our people that we lost. And it's like, because you grew up with your dad being into the Beatles. So it's
Yeah.
like, that was like the thing. So it's kind of like he made it a thing. So it's just like after his time passes, she'll always remember me with this because this is our thing.
Exactly. And that makes me think of things too, like, if I am to have kids one day, like what things would I do that would like stick with them like that? You know what I
Yep,
mean? Like is there,
exactly.
something that you do with the little one that will stick with her. Like, I don't know. I just like I'm sure like he
No,
didn't
it's
like
true.
think anything of it. He
You
wasn't
never know.
intentionally like, I'm gonna listen to Beatles all the time.
Right. I'm going to listen to the Beatles specifically. So when she hears them, she'll know that she'll have to think of me.
You
Like,
know what I
no, I
mean?
get
Like,
that.
because people don't have those kind of thoughts, but like, I don't know. It just makes you
Right.
think like, what is that thing that's gonna like stick with your person?
That's true. I know for me, my mom, it's I'm gonna say the song "Whoop." There it is specifically because I'll never forget when she was dancing and busted her ass and skipped the CD because it was that far back, and just
Oh,
dancing in
shit.
general. So because she was a dancer, I mean the cha cha slide too, but
Yeah,
just dancing in general was her thing. So
right.
I'll always have that in mind. And if there's any specific songs that come up where I have memories like "Whoop," there it is.
Mhm.
Obviously that will be like, "Oh, that's my mom talking to me."
Yeah.
But
I don't know, just
I
interesting
think that's
things.
cute.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
it.
my daddy was on vacation too.
Aw, lucky. He on vacation all the time. He lucky you don't have to be down here with the rest of us
Uh,
suffering in this
I know.
food fuel shortage crazy life.
Just saying.
Where are we?
Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know either. But thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
You're welcome. Do you have any more gems you have today?
Nope, I think that kind of stretches my limits for the day. I'm still on vacation brain, so
No, I feel you. It's we're for those of you who are listening and watching, we are recording a little earlier than we usually would.
Mhm.
So I'm still, if you see me, I look like I'm in mom mode. I look like a hot raggedy mess right
Oh,
now. So
stop it. No, you don't.
I feel like it. So yeah, our brains are in a different place right now.
Mhm.
But as always, we thank you for tuning in and we look forward to catching up with you on the next
We
episode.
sure do. So in the meantime, make sure you guys go ahead and check out our Facebook and Instagram to like and subscribe. Thanks.
Until next time.
See ya.